and welcome to Mindset Learn Extra. My name is Permi, and yes, I am so happy and excited to be joining you guys again right here in the show. Joining me in studio today is, of course, Lou. Hello, Lou.
Hello, Permi. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Not
Not too bad. Are you loving the Wednesday?
Oh, I always love a Wednesday. I get to see all of them. So, what more could I want?
Great stuff. All right then, guys, I'm sure that you are ready and hyped up for today's show, and I'm sure that you're busy looking at this and wondering, what's this? Hey, Samsung and Mindset Learn Extra is where you can get fantastic content together with great technology. This is what we are going to be giving away, and of course, guys, we already given away 2 of the Samsung gadgets, and we are having 7 that are up for grabs. So all what you have to do is just to make sure that you log on to www.mindset.co.za/learn/win. That is where you can get your race number and stand a great chance of winning these one of these cool Samsung gadgets. So make sure that you stay tuned with us right up until the end of this lesson, guys. Make sure that you also jump onto our Facebook page. It is www.facebook.com/Mindset Learn Extra. It is just as simple as that. Make sure that you get all of your friends to like us on Facebook and interact with us as well. Remember, guys, you can always ask your questions, bring in your comments, or better yet, send some of your shout outs to your friends. Remember, do not be shy to ask questions. We are here for you guys. So make sure that you also jump on over to helpdesk@mindset.co.za. Right now though, guys, get ready as we are about to learn more and learn extra. Lou, take it away.
Thanks, Permi. Now, 2 things. First of all, I was on the show that they gave one of those things away, so that was amazing, right? And second of all, Permi's brother. How's it, Butch? Spoke a lot about you, so hopefully it's all the good things. Hey?
Yeah, all the good things.
Always a good thing. Well, today we're going to do some animal structures, support, and transport. And the nice thing about it is, from the blind side, I've actually thrown in some other things, right? Just to keep you on your toes. Now remember, what I like doing when it comes to this exam questions, and to keep you guys on your toes, I'm going to give some wrong answers, which means you better tell me that it's wrong. Right? And at the end, I will give you the right answers. Don't think I'm just going to leave you there. I'll give you the right answers, but I want to see if you guys are awake and you know exactly what's going on. So make sure you stay with me, right? Okay, so let's go. First thing we're going to have a look at, of course, is the simplest terminology. It's your multiple choice, or like some of my friends call it, multiple guess. She loves doing that, right? Because you guys guess it. And it's not actually a guessing game, hey? You've got to know your facts. Okay, so if we have a look at the first thing, there we go. Question 1. Various options are provided, which we know, it's as simple as possible answers to the following questions. You need to pick the right one. Simple, easy, and don't guess it, know it. Okay, first one. Which of the following are bones of the lower leg? The lower leg. Now, it's this piece. This one, I can't lift it any higher. I've gotten old, right? This bottom piece over here, that is what we're looking at, the lower leg. I'm not interested in this part. I'm not interested in my upper part, only my legs and the lower piece. Right, so let's have a look at it. We've got fibula. We've got ilium, right? We've got tibia, and we've got your femur, right? So there they all are, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now we need to know which one goes where. Okay, they're saying to me 1 and 2, which means it's your fibula and your ilium. Whoa, that's not too bad. Next one, number 2 and 3 is ilium and tibia. Not bad. Okay, number C, 1 and 3. 1 and 3 is your fibula and tibia, and the last one is 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4, so it's your fibula, ilium, and femur. Now, you need to know which is which. Okay? Now, to me, I already know the answer, of course, because I've studied it. Right? That's the whole point of it. Now, you need to know your legs, and you know that there's 2 bones in the lower leg. Automatically, you have to know that. There's 2 in the bottom, in the forearm, and there's 2 in the bottom leg. There's one very big, strong one in there, and there's a very thin one in the lower leg. Same as in the forearms. Okay, now, the ilium Not going to help us, not part of the legs, right? The femur is the biggest bone in your body, okay? Which is the long bone, this one here, this big top bone. Did we want any bone that is not in the lower leg? Is it the above leg? Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. 2 is in there, so it can't be that one. Plus 4 is in there, it can't be that one. So we know D is wrong. Okay, look at the top one, 1 and 3, 1 and 2, ilium, no. Here we go, 2 and 3, 2 and 3, ilium again, no. What are we left with? Number C, and we've got the answer as number C. Plain and simple. Okay, got to know your stuff. Let's carry on. Next one. Which of the following covers, how cool is this? Which of the following covers external body surfaces and lines the internal cavities? Now, what covers the outside of the body? Okay? And what covers all the organs in the internal cavities? Okay, that's a good question, I think. Now, I'm going to bring it back down here a little bit. So, do you think we should put Pumi to the test, RD? Pumi, are you ready, my girl? So she said that she knows the stuff, right? She hasn't done it in a while, but she says that she'll try as hard as she can. Okay, so if we have a look at it, external covering surface, okay? We've got the epidermal tissue, right, which is this one here. We've got the connective tissue, we've got muscular tissue, and we've got nervous tissue. Now, if you don't know the answer, which ones do you think it cannot be? That covers the outside of the body and the internal structure of the body, the internal cavity. Could it be your nervous tissue? Have you got nerves showing you on the outside?
No.
No, so we're not going to check nervous tissue. Very nice. Muscle tissue? Is there muscles? Can you see my muscles on the skin here?
Nope, nope.
No, so it can't be muscles. Right? Now, connective tissue and epidermal tissue, that's where it comes. It's got to be one of those two. Now, the question is which one? Let me guess. It's going to be multiple guess.
It's going to be A.
Why A?
Because
you guessed it.
I just guessed it.
You see,
but I'm sure I'm gonna get it right. I'm sure gonna get it right throughout the show. I'm gonna get something right. This may be wrong, but yeah.
She's absolutely right.
Yay!
Epidermal tissue. Epi means outside. Very nice. Your connective tissue would be. Oh, I don't want to tell you because it's one of the questions. I'm not going to tell you. Right? Very nice. For me, I'm so impressed. Hey, what more could you want? I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
I'm going to keep you on your toes, though, because I will make sure you get one wrong. Right.
Okay. Okay, bring it on.
That's the way it's supposed to be. Cool. Now, the red pigment, okay, in blood that carries oxygen. Now, you know in blood, the red blood cells carry the oxygen, okay? But there's a protein that's on those red blood cells that actually carry it, okay? That carry the oxygen molecule. So let's have a look. Is it found in the leukocytes? Okay, leukocytes. Hey, but that's a big word. Okay, you need to know what leukocytes is. So I'm going to say to you, plain and simple, I want you to send me, okay, to put me on Facebook or Twitter. I don't know which one it is. I think it's Twitter. It's right. Both, actually. Yeah. Okay. I want you to tell me what leukocytes are. Okay. Next one. It's found in platelets. Platelets. Those are the things that if you cut yourself, they get stuck and create that that sort of a scab. It's part of making of scabs. Platelets. Right. Then we've got not found in erythrocytes. Oh, there's another big word. Erythrocytes. Ooh. Do you know what erythrocyte is?
No.
Come on, sitters. Let me know. I don't have a... Do you have a clue?
No, I don't.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Leukocytes and erythrocytes, I have no clue what it is. Okay? And then lastly, known as hemoglobin. Now, hemoglobin, that sounds familiar. I know teachers always talk about that. Do you know what hemoglobin is? It sounds familiar,
It sounds familiar.
It does. Yeah. Like erythrocytes is... Leukocytes, I don't have a clue. Right. Those are big words. But hemoglobin, that comes from somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you think?
It comes from somewhere. I've heard of that before.
See, she also knows this. Okay. Now, hemoglobin is a protein molecule found on the red blood cells that carries oxygen. So what answer do you think it is? For me?
I think it's B.
You think it's B?
I think it's B.
I'm going to get her wrong. Right.
Is it? Am I wrong?
Yes, because the minute this is how I said it. You know, hemoglobin is a protein molecule that's found on red blood cells that carry oxygen. And then I said, Pumi, which answer do you think it is?
And then it's B.
It's D, hemoglobin.
Is it D? Oh my word.
That's
Oh my
twice
word.
I gave her the answer.
Okay.
She doesn't listen. Okay, so it's D. Okay, hemoglobin carries oxygen around the body, right? That's very, very important. Don't
Okay.
forget leukocytes and erythrocytes. Yes.
You know, I actually knew the answer. It's just that I would have liked to see the mindsetters posting it on the page before I said it out. You know, just to check if they knew the answer.
True educator
So hey,
does that. A true educator does that.
hey, I'm not wrong. How come
That's
I'm wrong?
it. That's it. I'm impressed as long as you bring it in. Which of the following, that's the next question. Which of the following are examples, okay, of connective tissue? Now, connective tissue, let's get this right. To me, a connective tissue is something that, let me guess, it's a tissue that connects things together. That's a nice way of looking at it, eh? Okay? It connects tissues together. Well, connective tissue gives tissues together. Now, here we go. I've got simple answers here. Okay? It's very easy. The first one, okay, we got squamous tissue. Oh, you guys cannot remember this. You need to know squamous, epithelial, cuboidal, right? Columnar. You need to know these things. Don't forget to study it. Very, very important, right? Now, squamous tissue. Could it be it? Need to know what it is. Next one, blood tissue. Hey, blood. We've spoken about blood a couple of times. We'll get there. Next one, cuboidal tissue, as I said. And last one, tendons. Now, if I have a look at it, tendons, doesn't that join things together? It connects something together. Am I right or wrong? Hey? Pumi? Connective tissue, a tendon connects things together, right?
Yeah, true that.
That's it. So I reckon I think, just top of my head, I think this is one of them. Must be, right? Just because the tendons connect things together. But what about your blood tissues? Doesn't your blood tissues take everything around the body and it connects the whole body together so that it can get all its food and its nutrients and its, you know what I'm trying to say? Okay? It connects all of the rest of the body together so that the toes can get oxygen, right? It connects the lungs to the toes somehow so that it can get oxygen and deoxygenation, blood can get given away. You understand where I'm coming from? It's very, very important that. So, blood tissue I'd look at. The last two, cuboidal tissue and squamous tissue. Now me, just out of the top of my head, it's cuboidal cells and squamous cells. Okay, so, throwing my toys already, right? So, let's have a look. It's one of these two, I think. Okay, and now we've got the answer here. It could either be one or two. Okay, one, I don't know. Two, I think, is right. Okay, 2 and 3. 3, I don't know, right? Right, here we go. 4 only. It could be. I'm happy with 4, definitely. Right? Then we've got 2 and 4. My two things are there. Okay, so me, I would choose. Just by looking at it and the knowledge that I've studied, okay, I would definitely go with D. That's the way I see it. Okay, and if I have a look at it, I'm brilliant, aren't I? Hey, I'm brilliant. It's definitely D. Okay, now, you must admit, as I stand here, Pumi agrees. I can see her out of the corner of my eye, jumping up and down, going, yes, you so right. I am perfect. Now she's laughing. How can you say that when the camera's on you, you just stop? That's not right, Pumi. That's not right.
I'm just trying to look at the Facebook messages.
Oh, and it's here.
It's still loading, but I'll make sure that if ever they have any questions, which I'm sure that they're going to post them.
Oh, you need to bring them.
I will.
Cool. And don't forget leukocytes and erythrocytes, eh? Very important. Now, the forum magnum, all right, is found in the what? Now, forum is a 4 and a man, right? Men. It's a strong man, right? And he's been magnified by a beautiful big glasses, isn't that it? Forum magnum. Or it could be a man that's in front eating a Magnum ice cream, huh? You reckon?
Yeah, I do.
She lost the plot. This is life science, guys. It's a special thing. Now, foramen magnum is one thing that is very, very important. It makes you and me very special compared to a lot of other animals. Very, very, very special. Okay? You're going to learn one day, we are bipedal, right? And let's say your cat, your dog at home is quadrupedal, right? Now, the foramen magnum, okay, is very important because that allows us to become bipedal or quadrupedal. Right, so let's have a look at this. It says it's found in the lower limbs. Okay, so let's have a look at this. We went to the lower limbs. We know our feet. Okay, we've got bones in there. We've got tarsals, metatarsals, phalanges. Those are the bones there. Then we've got the two at the top, which is your tibia and fibula, right? Then you've got your femur, am I right? That's your lower limbs. Okay, can it be the lower limbs? No, you know all the bones in there. Simple. So that's wrong, automatically. Okay? Can it be the skull? Right? Can it be the skull? Yeah, I don't know. You got sutures in there, which are joints. Could be. It could be something there. Right? You get the spinal column and you get the upper limb. Let's have a look at the upper limb. Can it be the upper limb? Phalanges, carpals, metacarpals. You get your radius and ulna, right? You get your humerus. Is it the upper limbs? Not a chance. Okay? Now, this is where the problem comes in. Okay? This is the big problem. It is the skull and the spinal cord because they actually work together. Okay? The foramen magnum is this little hole at the bottom of the skull, right? Where your spinal column goes into, so that you can twist and turn and go crazy. It's where your spine enters into the brain. Now the question is, listen carefully. The question is, the foramen magnum is found in the, okay? Is it found in the spinal column? No. The spinal column goes into it. Okay? Is it found in the skull? Come on, you can do it. It is. It's found in the skull. It's the hole at the bottom of the skull. Very important. This is the word. That in is the one that tells you if it's a skull or the spinal column. You understand? If it said around, if it said the foramen magnum is found around the, then you would say spinal column. You with me? So it's definitely a B. Now that I've gone crazy, right, and I've got all these answers, what I want you to do is don't forget to stretch. Jump up and down, give it the old, I'm going to make Pumi do it because she's sitting there doing nothing. Right? Stretch, do a bit of stretching, right? Definitely. Jump up and down, jumping jacks and all of that. And go get something to drink because you're going to need it because of the sweat and the brains. Okay? And I'll see you after the break.
Oh yes, guys. Please make sure that you do get to stretch, get your glass of water, because when we come back, Lou is really going to make sure that he makes us to stretch up and down. See you after this. Welcome back, guys, from that short ad break. I'm sure that you guys got fixed your glasses of water and did those stretches, because I was doing a bit of something during an ad break. Right now, guys, some of you guys posted on the Facebook page answering to the question that Lou asked. A couple of you guys are Bradley, Christine, and Debu, and I've got a couple of other names that I'm going to be reading out a little bit later. So, Lou, take it away.
Yeah, what were those answers? Can you remember?
They had erythrocytes, leukocytes, which are white blood cells.
And erythrocytes are red. Very nice. I'm impressed. Yeah. You guys have been studying. You're going to put us to shame. Very, very good. Now, if you stick on me, right, what we're going to do, we're going to go through biological terminology, right? And that biological terminology is very important because I've been telling you, okay? Simple, easy, know your words. Right. Now, firstly, growth or tumor that's formed as a result of mitosis. Now remember what mitosis is, right? It's the making of new cells. It goes bigger and bigger and bigger. You'll notice that one of the quickest ways, or one of the things that people do get, especially for ladies. And ladies, don't worry, men get it as well. It's called breast tumors, where you feel and you can feel the lumps, right? There's lumps in the muscles or the tissue over here, right? Now that there, what is it called? Okay, it's very simple. It is cancer. Don't forget it. It's nice, easy. It's something that you cannot forget. Okay. Next one. Let's bring it down. The substance which an enzyme acts upon. Ooh. The substance that an enzyme acts upon. Remember, an enzyme is something that we're going to add to break something down. Okay? That's something that we're breaking down. What is that? Okay? It's always going to be round about the same thing. Okay? So this one is the substance, right? And the thing we break down, okay? It's very simple, is your substrate. There it is. Substrate. Okay? Must know your words. If we have a look, plain and simple. The total number of thoracic, there we go, you must remember this, thoracic vertebrae in the human body. Whoa. In the human body. Now, you know, the problem is, vertebra, it's very strange. Now, come here, please, Pumi. Come here. Right here by me. I want you here by me. Right here by me. Now, you see, Pumi, it's very simple. I want to explain about a vertebra. Now, what is that? Now, if I turn her around, okay, so I can get the whole, and she bends over slightly, bend. This piece here, from up here, all the way down, you see how it sticks out here? All the way down, and a little bit further, right, all the way to the coccyx, is the vertebra. Now, that part there, you will notice it's divided into 3 sections. You've got this top section, right? Then you get the next section, and then you get the rest. Okay? Now, each one of them is very important. Thanks, Pumi. Now, keep your eyes on me. It's very simple. Those ones are divided into 3. Okay? You get this part, and this part. Now, I remember this. It's very simple. It's C, T, and L. C, T, L. Okay? Now, what does that actually mean? Okay? I'm going to tell you, right? This is the lumbar vertebra, the L. This is the thoracic vertebra, okay? Which is the one that they want. Okay? They want to know how many vertebrae are in there, all those little bones. And the last one is, I want to know from you. Okay, send it. It's very simple. I want to know what the C stands for. Okay, so they want to know how many there are, and it's very simple. You've got to know how many are in each different section. It's one of the big key points, and there is 12. Okay, there is 12 of them available in the thoracic vertebra. Okay, send it. I want to know what the C stands for. Okay, now, the structure, here we go, the structural unit of a nervous system. The structural unit. A structural unit, yeah. Why do they always give us these funny words? Why can't they just say specific? What makes up, what's the most important thing of a neuron, a neural system? Or the nerves? Hey, why they got to give you a structural unit of the nervous system? Because we need to know that you can speak our language. And our language is life science. Okay? And the structural unit of a nervous system, of course, is the neuron. Because you get 3. Can you remember? You get 3. You get the motor neuron, which is the one that's going to make you move. You got the sensory neuron, which is the one that's going to sense the pain. And then you've got the connecting neuron that you find in between the two. Maybe if I have time, I'll explain that to you just now. What a connecting neuron is and how you can find it. Okay, now, in actual fact, let me tell you quickly. It's very important, right? If I say to you that the sensory neuron speak English, right? And the motor neurons can only speak Afrikaans, can they communicate to each other? No. So listen carefully. You have a sensory neuron, so it's English, speaks to another English person, right? Another sensory neuron, which speaks to another sensory neuron, right? And now they get to this Afrikaans brother, and he's got to say to him, listen here, I need you to move the bicep. But he's going to say, I kan nie Engels praat nie. There's a big problem. So what do we get? We get an interpreter, and that is the interneuron. The interneuron takes the message from the English person and gives it to the Afrikaans person so they understand each other. You got it. That's the best way I know how to explain to it. Very, very important. Okay, now I need to go to the next page because this is where we start working and start understanding this stuff quite nicely. Okay, now, firstly, remember your definitions. This thing is a very simple thing. I'm not going to read that question there. What they want to know, this part, you either can pick A by itself, or B by itself, or AB, or none. Right? They confuse you all the time. There's no more, this one matches that one. Not like that anymore. Protein, the site that protein is taking place, or the responsible for protein synthesis, it's very simple. Like the mitochondria is for energy. This one, it's either the ribosome or the lysosome. It is the ribosome. It's the protein factory. So it has to be A only. Next one. Joins the ribs to the sternum. Now ribs is underneath my chest, and my sternum is this piece here. I don't know if you can hear it. Can you hear the bone that I'm hitting? That's your sternum, right? It joins to the sternum. Now the problem is, it could either be cartilage or bone. Now bone doesn't just join bone, does it? Okay? If you've got a bone here and a bone here, they don't just join. Something holds them together. Okay? Now, you've got to think about ligaments and tendons, and I'm not saying which one's which. They are movable. They can move, right, in joints. That's what they're there for. Cartilage, you don't see it moving, right? So let's have a look. I would say it's definitely cartilage because bone doesn't join bone. So it's A only. Right, nice. Now, the next one. The thin membrane surrounding a muscle fiber. Now remember, inside your muscles, right? If you go right down to the basics, right? You're going to get this thing called actin and myosin filaments. They do the contracting, and then you get little muscle strands, and so on and so on and so on. And right at the end, there's a sheet that goes over the muscles, right? So it makes it one. Now that sheet is very important. That is a membrane. It makes the muscle a complete muscle by itself. Okay? Now, let's see. I'm trying to think of how I can explain it. It's like a piece of cable. It's got that stuff around it so that you don't lose all the electricity. You with me? Okay, it's an insulation cable around it. Okay, now that is either periostem, right? Which I'm going to ask you to tell me what it is. And the last one is sarcolemma. Sarcolemma. Which one is it? Okay, if you said B, you are absolutely right. Absolutely right. It is B only. But I need to know what that is. You get me? What that is. I need to know what it is. Send it. Send it. Let's go. Control slow involuntary movement in the human body. Slow involuntary movement in the body. Now, Pumi, sit up and listen carefully. Stand up nicely. Okay, now I want you to have a good look at her face, right? Then I want you to concentrate down onto her neck. And now, Pumi, swallow. Oh, wait, no, that's not helping. Wait, hold on. Here is some water.
Thank you.
Take a swallow. Now, I want you to have a good look at her throat, right? You see how it starts moving, right? Now, that movement is involuntary inside here. And you've got this thing called, I'm not going to give you the name. Not going to give you the name. This thing, when I ask my students, I said, please explain to me the process of, I'll give you a part of it. It starts with a P, okay? What happens is they say, oh, sir, it's this movement. How do you write that in an exam? It's this movement.
Yeah.
Right?
No, yeah.
Please, guys, you've got to know your words. And this thing is, what is it? What muscles make it do that? It is your smooth muscles. So it is B only. Right. B only, it's your smooth muscles. Okay, now, if I carry on with this, I can't because it's a blank screen, right? I need to go to the next screen. I've come to this important part. Now, I know this is not supposed to be in structure and support, but I didn't get to this. And this piece, you need for matric. Okay? It's very, very important. You need this for matric. Okay? And they're going to re-explain it. And when you get to matric, you're going to say, Lou taught this to me and I haven't forgotten it's very important. Okay? So, answer these questions carefully and look for it. Have you got any information, any questions, the answers for me that I've asked for?
Not yet. Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to help you. You need to give me some help here as well, right? Now, if we have a look at this, study the diagram below representing the different phases of meiosis. Oh, where did we go? Go back. There, no, forward, forward. That's it. Different stages of meiosis. Okay? Now, the question is, label structure, there we go, label structure A, B, D, E. So I need to go A, B, D, E. There they are. Okay, so let's have a look at it. A is pointing. Okay, if I had to magnify that up, okay, that to me would look like this. Can you see it? Okay, that's what that looks like. I'm sure you can see this nice and clearly. A is pointing, I'm going to change the color. A is pointing directly to that thing. So that is A, right? And that is B. Okay? You've got to look very carefully at these pictures. It's very important. Now, they want to know what A is. Okay? What B is, what D is, okay? What E is. Now, E and B. E and A. So let's say E and A are quite strange because they sound very similar. Okay? You've got B, which is simple. A chromatid and a chromatid come together to form a chromosome. That's easy. Okay? So, simple. B is a chromosome. That's how I see it. Okay? A, I don't know. D, well, look here. That is a cell, right? In the middle of the cell, you get a nucleus. And inside the nucleus, you get a nucleolus. Simple, easy, to the point. The question is this. There's two types. You get centrioles and you get centromeres. Centrioles and centromeres. The centrioles go to the poles, centromeres between chromatids. So, let's pull this down and let's have a look. Centromere between chromatids, centrioles goes to the poles. Centrioles goes to the poles. They make the spindle fibers. You with me? Don't forget. Centromere means in the middle. Okay, next one. Next question, here we go. By marking using only numbers. Now guys, understand, if you don't just use the numbers, they've illustrated numbers. If you don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're going to get it wrong. It's naught. I don't want you to say interphase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. It's not going to help me. Numbers only. And if I have a look at this, let's look at the diagram, just by looking at it. This is how I see it. This cell over here, number 4, okay, I'm just going to erase it slightly so you can see the number. See, number 4, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is how I see it. Number 1, the cell is all with its chromosome in the middle. Okay, so I'd say it would be 4 first. That's how I see it. It's chromosomes, right? Then I see how they've doubled up and they've gone. You can still see the nuclear membrane in there, right? So then I think it's going to go 1, yes. Then if I have a look at it, they line up on the equator, they get pulled apart. Which comes first? Do they first get pulled apart and then come together on the equator? Or do they come to the equator and then get pulled apart? To me, it'll be 5, then 2, and of course that's last because it's got a double cell. So let's have a look quickly. Okay, it is 4, 1, 5, 2, 3. 4, 1, 5, 2, 3. 4, 1, 5, 2, 3. It's important, hey? Now that your brains are cooking, okay, and we're on a roll, okay, I need you to have a break again. Because if you don't have a break, you're not going to carry on thinking with me, right? So Pumi and I are going to give it the dance. Here, we're going to have some music, and we're going to socky, and we're going to, hey, we're going to jaw like never before, while you guys stretch, because we've got to get our energy up. Right, Pumi?
Yes, you guys really do need a break just as much as I do. You saw Lou made me to stand up and do all of the stretches. I'm sure that you guys are also going to be doing the same thing over the break. But before we get to that, let me just say a quick shout out to Lebohang, who has this message for the masses. Can I please send a shout out to Sheila Mufukeng? I know she's watching. I would like to say to her, I wish you all the best with exams. Study hard to achieve good love from so it is just as simple as that. If you guys also have special messages for your friends, your sisters, or whoever, make sure that you post it right there on our Facebook page, and also make sure that you ask questions with regards to the topic that we have today in life science. Right now, let's take a break. We'll see you after this. Whew, wow. Hey guys, welcome back from the break. Lou and I, we're back at it again. Busy trying to stretch. It's really fun in studio right here, guys. I'm sure that you guys are enjoying the show and learning at the very same time. You are watching Mindset Learn Extra, and I'm sure that you guys are also posting some of your questions that you have on our Facebook page. Let us bring them through so that we can try and answer them. Remember, do not be shy to ask any questions that you have. Ask our help desk at helpdesk. It's helpdesk@mindset.co.za. We'll sure answer all of your questions as soon as possible. Right now, though, Lou, let's carry on.
She is flexible. Never before. She has destroyed me. I'm kidding. Right, now, let's have a look at this. I've moved on to the next question. Now, this has got to do with bones. Right, now, let's have a look at it. The 4 functions of the human skeleton. Whoa, what is a human skeleton for? Okay, to me, if I have a look at it, firstly, where are your most important organs? Right? Yes, they're over here. They're inside this pelvic region, right? They're also here, okay? And they're covered by bones. That's why we've got a rib cage. The rib cage covers, so it's to protect internal organs. That's the first one, okay? What about it gives us shape and support? Without bones, can you imagine what I'd look like if I had no bones? I would be like a mat on the carpet slithering around like it, you know? Am I right, Pumi?
Yep.
Can you imagine me without bones?
No,
you
wouldn't look right.
One of those
We
wobbly...
won't be able to stretch.
Yeah, I could stretch like never before. I could put my... Anyway. Right, I'm getting excited now for a second. Right? So it gives me support, right? It gives me shape. Support, shape. It gives me protection, okay? How about movement? You must remember that locomotion means movement. And the muscles join onto the bones. And yes, the muscles move the bones. But muscles cannot move without the bones. The bones are the ones that get us moving or helping with locomotion. The muscles make us move. The joints or the bones are helping us move. How about this? Next one. It produces red blood cells. Okay? Also does that in the bone marrow. Can you remember that? What about stores? Okay? It stores mineral salts in it. So let's have a look. There's quite a few things. Okay? So what I've done is I've put them all down here as soon as it'll show me. Okay? Together with muscles, it plays an important role in locomotion and movement. Okay? Without them, you're not going to help. It's not going to happen. Right? Then, it protects the sensitive parts of the body. Well, almost sensitive, right, men? Right, when you play cricket, you've got to get your own stuff there. Am I right? For me? Have you ever heard of it? A cricket player wears specific pads in specific places. Not very good. Legs. Right, they're too sore, firstly. Okay, next one. Mineral salts stored in the bones. Okay, they are stored in the bones. Next one. It gives the body strength and shape. Okay, and this one. 3 small bones in the middle ear for hearing. Ooh. Now, when you guys get to grade 12, you're going to learn about it. Okay? It's 3 bones, tiny little bones, are the smallest bones in your body, right? They help you hearing. they create this movement to make the tympanic membrane give sound to your ears. Eh? How cool is that? You're going to learn it, so don't stress too much. But that's a good way of looking at bones. Right. Now, the next question I've got here, it's very simple. Some of my friends mistook, that's terrible English, hey? That's terrible English. They had a look at this picture and they thought it was an ankle. Now have a good look at it. Is that an ankle? I think that looks like an ankle. What is that? For me, do you think that's an ankle? Have a good look at that. Is that an ankle?
Yep, it looks like an ankle.
I see, it looks like an ankle. They're wrong.
Is it not?
It's not an ankle. It's amazing, eh?
Not an elbow, maybe?
Why would you say an elbow?
If it's not an ankle and it's an L-like shape that's created there.
It could be a knee bending.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, it could be that.
A bit of a problem.
But at the same time, can it not be the elbow?
The elbow, yeah, it could be
'Cause
the
of these
elbow.
two bones
It could
in
be the
between.
wrist. That's it. The
Yeah.
elbow, the wrist, or the knee. Okay, well, let's see if we can cancel the ones out. Okay, first of all, let's read the question. It says, study the diagram below, which shows a section through an arm and an elbow joint. Just by reading the question, you've got it, right? Of a human, and answer the questions that follow. But let's just pretend they didn't tell us it's an elbow, okay? First of all, that's a big bone. Yes, simple, okay? If I have a look at it, there's two bones here. Can you see them? It runs up and down. Now, if it was an ankle, you would get tarsals and metatarsals, small little bones all together. So that's not going to help. So we automatically know that it can't be that because there's two big bones. So we know it's not an ankle anymore. But it still could be the knee because you get your two bones on this side and you get two bones in your legs at the bottom of your legs, right? So it could be the knee. The only thing is we are missing something here that joins on here. Okay? It's called a patella, your kneecap. Okay, so we don't have that, so we know it's not a knee. Sorry. I just wanted to help you out there a little bit. Next thing. Now it says, label structure B, C, and D. Okay, B, C, and D. That's way. B. Have you noticed what B is? Okay, C is at the bottom there and the top. Now, B is this part over here. Now that there is joining bone to bone. Now that tells me, that always brings me to the question, tendon or ligament? Tendon or ligament, I never know which is which. I always struggle with that. And even as a life science teacher, I do struggle with that because I'm going to get asked. And the first thing that goes through my head is Achilles tendon. Okay? Now your Achilles tendon, are you wearing socks?
Yep, I am.
Come over here. It's
Do
fine.
you want to see them?
I want to see your socks. Let me see your socks. Come, let's see how good you are.
Okay.
Now, turn this way. Lift, no, not too much. Lift your leg. Can you balance? That's it. Have a good look. Balance nicely. Hold me tight. Okay, there's your sock. Can you see it? You see how this thing sticks out here? That's called your Achilles tendon. Okay, no, you can't see the socks. There's the socks, right? Typical. Anyway, I'm going to pull it back, and over here you're going to get the Achilles tendon. Right, now the Achilles tendon, thank you very much. The Achilles tendon joins your calf to your bone, right? So a tendon is muscle to bone, which means ligament is bone to bone. So we know that B is a ligament, first of all. Second of all, they ask for C and D. Oh, how do I know which is which? That's the question. Which is which? And I can tell you now, just by looking at it, C is your radius and D is your ulnar. Let's just see if I'm right before we carry on. B is your ligament, C is your radius, D is your ulnar. Right, how did I know that? Just by looking at that picture, how did I know that? Very simple, Pumi. Come here, my girl. You see, I like having you here right by me so we can say, check it, that skip in her step, it's brilliant. Now, this is how you stand. Open your hands.
Okay.
Open your hands, nice and wide, fingers out wide. This is how you stand when you're looking at a human body, a human figure, right? That is properly. Have you noticed how her thumbs are out? Okay, now, two bones in here, right? Two bones. One over here, one over here. The one on the outside is
Okay.
the radius. It's on the outside. and the one on the inside is your ulnar. So if I have a look at that, what it's got there is it's bent. Have a good look, which is on the outside, which is where thumb would be. Radius, ulnar. Hopefully you'll never forget it. Radius of a circle, eh?
So radius, and then this is the ulnar.
Other way around.
The other way
Look,
around.
where your thumb goes is the radius.
Oh.
Where your pinky goes is the ulnar. Because you always stand with your hands like this. Okay, whenever you study a human body or a picture of it, you'll see its thumbs are always up. Okay? Thank you very much, Pigment.
Thank you.
Okay, so that one is right. You all understand that. Next one. Let's pull it down. Identify the type of synovial joint shown in the diagram. Now, I've got somebody that can brag because this is what she's studying. Right. Question is, what type of joint is that? This one. In the elbow.
It's the ulnar.
Yes. Now, don't think about biology.
Okay.
Think about your studying. What type of joint is this? It's like a door.
It's like a door, like
Yeah.
hinges.
It's a hinge
Hinges.
joint.
Okay.
Very nice. Look, only goes up and down. It doesn't go around. I can't. Yeah, you understand what I'm trying to say? It's a
Yeah,
hinge
yeah.
joint. Okay, so it's simple. Let's see. Hinge joint. She is
Yeah,
brilliant.
I got it right.
That's it. Next one. State two functions of the capsule. Oh, where's the capsule? The capsule is this part in here. Right, so let's see. State two functions of the capsule. Now, the capsule is that piece that's found inside the ligaments. Now, the capsule, the outermost part of the capsule, okay, produces synovial fluid. That's firstly. So let's have a look. It produces, the inner lining produces synovial fluid. Okay, there it is, plain and simple, synovial fluid. Okay, then the synovial fluid, that part there stops the synovial fluid from coming out. Remember, you need lubrication in there. It stops the synovial fluid coming out of that membrane, right, from the knee. And lastly, it stops the germs because we want to protect this thing. We need to run on it, right? Running and jumping and playing and going crazy, right? We need the joints to work. So we need to keep the germs out. We need to keep everything else in. Cool. Now, name function of B. What did we say it was? Ligaments. What do ligaments do? They join bone to bone. Simple, easy, very nice. Next one. Name the structure that will attach the muscle to the area of the bone marked X. Oh, come on, we know this. We just spoke about it. What joins muscle to bone? It is the tendon. Achilles tendon, don't forget. And what muscle we're talking about here? It'll join that muscle to that muscle, or that bone to that one. So it's here, and I'm bending. It's going to join the bicep muscle. Let's have a look. The bicep muscle to, it's a bicep tendon that's going to join it. Right. Next thing. Last thing. Make a labeled drawing of the long bone, a sectional, hold on, a longitudinal section through a long bone. Longitudinal. In other words, if this was a bone, there we go. There we go. So watch carefully. Do they want you to cut it this way or this way? This one is correct. It's a longitudinal section. You need to know this. You need to know where you find the marrow. You need to know where you get your spongy bone. You need to know where you get your epiphytes. You need to know where you get your, what's the next one? Your soft, your compact bone. You need all of this stuff. Right. So what I'm going to do is all these notes are available for you. There is some more questions. Don't be shy. Go and use them. That's why we give them to you. Right? We want you to do so well. You have no idea. So, until I see you again, right? Pumi, it's all yours.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much for a great show,
Anytime.
hey, Lily. We had so much fun in studio today. I'm sure that you enjoyed yourselves as well, and you really got to learn so much. Remember, guys, go straight to help desk at mindset.co.za. That is where you can throw in all of your questions. Right now, guys, thank you so much for watching this show. We'll see you next time. From me, Pumi, it is bye.